in the state of Maryland, where 3 of us currently live and all 4 of us grew up, there is a movement now, a new measure being drafted by a state delegate, which would prohibit the Maryland State Board of Education from approving tackle football programs for children under the age of 14 and require those 14 who want to play to take a course explaining the risks associated with concussions. That also would expand to heading in soccer and checking in lacrosse. So they want to outlaw all of that until they are 14 years old. You can give us your take, 800-636-1067.
Ninth grade? Is that ninth grade?
High school. I don't have a problem with tackle football for kids like Pop Warner tackle. My son plays flag football, and I've told him, if you want to play tackle, I would be okay with it. Mm-hmm. His mom, my ex, apparently is on the other side of that, so who knows how that would resolve itself.
How does that
work?
And
I don't think he would play.
How does that work?
I would generally, I would be okay with it. However, I'm also okay with the thought of kids playing flag all the way until high school. You know what I mean? Like, if the whole state and the whole country just said, you know what, it's going to be flag football until they're 14 years old, I don't think that would hurt the development that much. Like, is there that much of an advantage of a kid who's playing tackle when he's 11 or 12? You hear about all these NFL stars who didn't even play tackle till they're 13, 14 years old. They grew up playing flag.
Well, I think the great
athletes big enough
can overcome it for sure. Great athletes can pick it up pretty quickly.
Well, the non-great athletes don't hear about. I don't hear about the weekend warriors.
True. I mean, the best of the best, they're going to shine. So no matter when you start. I don't know. Do I have a problem with it? The sport that
heading in soccer.
Heading in soccer, stupid.
What would
it's
draft
a huge
do?
part
Draft,
of the game.
It's his only weapon on the soccer field. Great header. takes it out of your repertoire, Drab.
When I played, that was the only thing I could do, too. I couldn't kick it for poop, but I could head it.
Well, with the soccer thing, I remember when that came up a couple of years ago that the big thing was that Europe was laughing at the United States for even thinking about that.
Right.
Because we're already so far behind them in soccer that you're going to take away one of the biggest parts of the game and not teach it to kids.
It's a massive part of the game.
Yeah. They would never do that.
My kid plays defense in soccer, and he heads probably 10 balls a game. It's a massive part of the game. We're going to tell him not to do it.
Could be pummeling his brain, though.
Do people actually get
brains rattling around his head?
Heading a soccer ball? You can chime in 800-636-1067. Then lacrosse is checking. They want to take checking out until you're 14.
Check.
No, well, here's the thing. They've mitigated a lot of that stuff. Like the real vicious sort of almost like crackback kind of hits. They've kind of eliminated that. So I don't think it's that bad. What they do, what the thing in lacrosse, ask any lacrosse player, what they beat on is the arms. Mm-hmm. The arms are what get beat on.
Yeah.
Right.
The poles will beat, like my son plays attack. Any attackman in lacrosse season.
Yeah, they just get hammered.
I mean, you can't even feel, sometimes Steven will come home from practice and can't feel his arm.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all welted
the
up,
pads
black
don't
and
even
blue.
barely matter.
The kids in lacrosse, goalies don't wear pads.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're insane.
They really are.
That's where you draw the line for your kid if you're a little skittish.
Well, the goalies they have to wear a chest pad.
But
I'm guessing shoulder pads, right?
Nobody
shoulder
wears
pads.
Nobody wears shoulder pads.
Really?
Kids all
nothing
wear
shoulder billion pads.
Nothing below the waist.
You wear
cup.
a special
That's
cup.
it.
Well, you got
a
the cup,
goalie
but I
cup.
mean their legs are
Oh
exposed.
no, it's crazy.
Legs completely exposed. Goalies are legitimately insane.
Yeah. So apparently the state of Maryland assembled a panel, and they had some ex-NFL and college football players, including Madhu Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Madhu Williams is now a law student at the University of Baltimore, and he said he didn't start playing tackle until his 9th grade year at Duval, where he was 14 years old. And he
Atlanta, Maryland.
That's right. He still made it to the NFL.
That's where I would have gone if I didn't go to DeMatha.
That's right. Dominique Foxworth, who of course started Maryland and then played in the NFL, he said during this panel that he wouldn't let his son play tackle until he's older. Mm-hmm. That he did when he was younger. He said, but given the statistics, I don't think it's necessarily worth the risk for my son. And Chris Borland, who I guess played at Maryland, I'm not familiar with Chris Borland, also chimed in this panel, just said that you're suiting up 5-year-olds in body armor to smash into each other.
Yeah, but there's
and maybe you wait until they're older.
Wasn't Chris Borland
the guy who played with the Niners
linebacker
He's
retired after a year?
Yeah.
He went to
was
Wisconsin.
stud.
Oh, yeah. He
retired after he had 108 tackles.
He retired at like 26 or 27.
Yeah, I think after 1 year.
Yeah, he's 27 years old now.
Yeah.
I can see both sides because part of me, like I said, I mean, I don't know if your son ever was interested in playing tackle football. I think I never would want to discourage my child and stuff. Like, they're interested in something, I would want them to do it. At the same time, I could see why high school.
We're a little arcade in my house. If he wants to play it, we play it. That's, you know. And if his head hurts,
that's my tendency.
If his head hurts, tell daddy, don't tell the trainer.
Right.
But we're old school, and it's probably not the right way to do it. So you're probably asking the wrong guy. You're probably asking the wrong guy. Because I feel like we've all kind of grew up, and we're all okay.
But see, none of us played tackle football other than with our friends.
Right.
Like and that was without helmets and without
And
pads.
that was dumb, too, but we still did it.
Yeah, but most people, in fact of the matter, are going to play high school football.
Right.
Maybe a little college. All those guys that I know, none of them have scrambled brains. Now, maybe if you play at a professional level and you go in and you're in the Hall of Fame, I mean, we've seen the damage, clearly.
Mhm.
But I think if you have an average existence.
High school player.
High school, you're going to be okay.
He's probably going to be all right.